done with that. How was your smoke break?
It was good. Had a lot of deep thoughts.
Inhales.
Yeah. Exhales.
A lot of deep thoughts.
This podcast's all about deep thoughts.
Should we change the name to Deep Thoughts?
On the toilet.
Deep Thought, but it'll be THOT.
What's with the thought? Where did that come from? That's like been relevant lately.
I don't know where the origin is.
I thought thick, like THICC.
THICC.
Yeah, I thought, and then it became thought.
Wait,
Like,
Are those? Did that come from the same thing? Or
yeah, I don't know if
are
those
just
came from
independent?
the same. It might just be
I noticed, like, I don't see.
They go well together.
Yeah, I don't see
misspelling
thick.
in general.
Now I see
but,
thought. Does thought? I think that has like a meaning to it though, like a thought.
Well, we have the internet.
Should I Google it?
That is
I'm
it. That
scared.
isn't it. That hoe over there.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That hole over there.
Oh,
It's not the
that's
same
what,
thing. It's not the same thing.
Yeah,
as
it's an
thick.
acronym then.
Yeah.
But
people
if it's a thick
use it-
thought,
Yeah, people use it the same way they were using thick.
Oh.
So
But thick's not an acronym for anything. It's just
thick.
it's just like a misspelling.
thick is just thick, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no other connotation.
just-
It's just
yeah,
thick.
It's just like an attractive curvy.
It's like thick. So yeah, but thought. I think thought. There's a little bit of a negative connotation with
Yeah.
thought. It's like that thought. She's just a thought. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
Don't
She's
mess
just a
with-
thought.
don't mess with that. Be gone, thought. You don't want to mess with thought. She's bad news. But she's thick thought, dude. Oh,
Thick thought. Thick thought. Thick thought. Are you looking up pictures of thoughts, Shen?
Maybe
For
I'm
research.
curious.
for science.
Yeah. This is purely an educational.
I have a
Google
hypothesis.
Are you using Google or are you a Bing person, Shen?
A Bing?
Yeah, I feel like you'd
Do
use
people
Bing.
have Bing on their phones?
Dude, Firefox. There was a Firefox update, and it switched to Bing. It was Google.
Oh, really? Well, because of Chrome, maybe?
Then I don't know. After the update, it was Bing. I was like, what the hell?
Safari just uses Google.
I don't know
I'm
what
surprised
happened with
Apple
that.
doesn't have like their own now. It'd be so stupid. Whatever happened to Alta Vista? Remember Alta Vista?
No.
Did you never use Alta Vista? They used to have
What is that?
back in the day when like LimeWire and stuff like that still existed. Alta Vista was just Google, pretty much. It was a web search like Bing and Google, but it had, you know, you can search like images, news, and stuff like that. It had one that was MP3.
Oh.
And if you selected that, you can type in the name of the artist and song, and it would bring you to every single website that had you able to download that MP3. And so I would use that all the time.
It's super illegal though.
Yeah. But it would bring you to like, it would even bring you to like MySpace pages that had the song, and then you could download it from there. Yeah, it was awesome. And it wasn't like LimeWire where you had like, God knows what I'm downloading, you know?
Yeah.
You could like play the song and then download it. It wouldn't be something stupid. Like when I got a Metallica album,
Be
it was
like-
like a Gucci Mane album.
That's so funny. I always wonder, like, what possessed the person to do, like, what kind of
Just-
sociopath out there was like, I'm doing this.
It was like that new, what was it, Death Magnetic? When that came out, I
Yeah.
torrented it because I was like, whoa, there's a torrent for this? So I downloaded it. It was just like a Gucci album.
That was the one where they, where it was everybody hated the mix, and then they like made remixes of it based off of the Rock Band tracks, right?
Oh, yeah, it was all on Guitar Hero, yeah.
Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
It was like it came out like super distorted or something. Everyone was like, "Why is this so messed up?" And then someone took the Guitar Hero tracks and they remixed it, and it was better.
That's funny.
I think that's the one, Death Magnetic.
Probably.
That's so funny.
Yeah, because that whole album was available on Guitar Hero. It was like a big deal because that was like, I think that was before Rock Band was a thing, and you couldn't just download an album. You know, like Rock Band sold albums. They had like the Cars, they had the Pixies. I always thought their album choices were kind of weird.
Well, the Cars and the Pixies.
Well, it's just like, I mean, I guess they can't get the rights to like,
They probably didn't have anything to choose from.
yeah. Like the first album they released was the Pixies. And I'm like, that's kind of a weird way to introduce
It's a
this
good
new-
album though, wasn't it? Was it Doolittle?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good album, but it's like it's not a.
I wouldn't have
album.
expected that one.
It's not an album for the masses because everybody
Yeah.
played Rock Band.
Yeah,
know?
that is a weird one to pick. It's almost like the people that made Rock Band were like really like they're like music nerds and they're like, let's get a Pixies
right.
album. It's like, oh, don't you
that's the
think you should
thing.
try to get like
Yeah, just like something like
like Back in Black?
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Back in Black. Like even the Cars, like that album's awesome. I love that album, but like
Which one was it?
it's the one with like Just What I Needed and all that on it. Best Friend's Girl, with the chick in the car.
Is it Candio? Or no, that's not Candio.
It's not a self-titled, is it? Isn't it like
It's just the Cars.
Yeah, I think it is. It's like their first album, I think.
I have to look it up. Dude, the Cars. I feel like the Cars are super underrated.
Oh yeah, that whole album's so good.
They've got so many hits. They have so many radio classics. You know, but I feel like they're not as. When you think of like big bands,
I feel like even though they were so
that
good,
doesn't pop in
there
your
were
head.
so many other bands at that time that overshadowed them.
So the classic tunes,
Like there was
man.
a lot of bands in that time period that made amazing albums, but like their competition. Because what is that album, like mid 70s, right?
I'm looking it up right now. I need to know. All right. Would you say was that Just What I Needed was on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is the self-titled one.
What year did it come out?
It came out I'm on Spotify. This is probably not a good way to do this. 78.
Oh, okay. So
Candio was the next one. It came out in 79.
Yeah, that Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, Just What I Needed. Bye Bye Love, Moving in Stereo. Like the first three tracks are Good Times Roll, My Best Friend's Girl, and Just What I Needed. A solid first three tracks on an album.
Yeah, the Cars are the shit.
I'm trying to think of I can't remember what other albums they made. Oh yeah, Boston's first album.
Oh, what a monster album.
That album's awesome. See, like that album was like a better one to do, I feel like, out of those three. Especially for like...
Yeah, it's guitar heavy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very like...
Yeah, like those other two albums, like they're good, but none of it's like really fun. You have to not even think of the good music, but you have to think of fun factor with games like that.
Well, you have to think of how like goofy you can get with getting into playing. Like if you're playing Wave of Mutilation, how like how crazy you're gonna get on the guitar.
Yeah.
It's just kind of
like
like
the same thing
straightforward.
over
But if you're playing like a Van Halen song, it's like you
yeah,
feel
they had
like
like Hot for
it's like, this is
Teacher on
crazy,
it. Yeah.
It's like you can get kind of goofy with it.
Yeah, it was like the song quality versus fun factor is what, like, fun factor always beat the song. It doesn't matter how good the song
like
is.
I always loved playing "Living on a Prayer."
Yeah, exactly. Living on a Prayer
There was
is
always
an
a fun
awesome
song to
play. And it's like it's not nearly
On the
as
drums, I would always play it. I don't know why.
It didn't matter what you were playing. I was like singing.
My
on
favorite
those
was the
things.
drums. Dude, I could not ever play the guitar. On
Oh, I was
those.
a master of that
I
guitar.
was so bad. I was so terrible.
I wish I would have put half the effort into a real guitar that I
It's
put
'cause
into
my-
Guitar Hero.
Because my brain is like trying to figure out how to play the song for real, like at the same time. But it's
That's
like
what my brother's problem was.
the
with
buttons
me.
are so it like wouldn't match up. But
Especially because if you don't play on expert mode, you literally just don't
it was like
hit some
yeah,
of
it was
the notes.
intuitive. I was like trying to
Oh yeah,
just natural.
I got that. It was like after I started playing bass, I tried to play Rock Band bass, and it was like weird.
Impossible. Yeah.
It was like different. I don't know why.
And it was kind of the same on drums. I had to play it on expert or I couldn't play it. I'd
Yeah,
fuck
because
it up.
you need it.
Because you'd play like extra shit and it'd be like, that's wrong. No, it's right.
Yeah.
But at least the drums, if you played it on expert, it was close enough to real. Where if you're just doing it by feel, you're going to make it all the way through the song, even though it's not going
Yeah.
to be technically right. It's not going to match up perfectly.
Yeah, I
But not
remember-
on guitar. You can't just phone it in on that.
I remember for like easier modes on the drums, they would like just not have the kick pedal.
Yeah, I would do worse on easy than
Like
on
if if they would only ever have you hit the kick pedal if you were like hitting the hi hat at the same time. Like they wouldn't do a hi hat kick pedal snare. You know what I mean? Like a
Yeah, on easy, they like never
playing.
had you hit the kick like ever.
yeah. It would just be like the two drums. Like,
Yeah.
that was it. And that's like impossible.
Throw that foot in there. Whoa.
I mean,
So I think it was like my uncle. He's like, I'm all good at it until they throw the foot in. He's like, I can't do it anymore.
too much coordination.
I think I broke like 4 of those pedals because I like played it like a real drum pedal.
Slamming it.
Yeah, they would always break in half, like just straight in half. I broke my friends. I broke like 2 of mine. I'm like, I'm sorry, dude. And I broke the heads too.
You
Because for like
savage.
snare rolls, I would, like actually play it. And
savage.
it wouldn't even register it because I was like hitting it so hard. Yeah, I ruined all those drum kits.
Who's you said the band member that would play Rock Band before his shows?
I don't know about that.
Was that you who told me about that?
No, I don't know about that.
It was like
His own songs?
No, he'd be playing.
Could you imagine doing that?
It'd be like before a concert. They'd have to like drag him away because he'd be playing like Rock Band.
That's
before-
funny.
It's so weird.
It was like some artist.
It's like, dude, we're gonna go
I
do
thought it was
that
you who told
for
me about
real
it.
now.
No.
Oh.
I remember when Rock Band like first came out, they had the Foo Fighters play. I think it was like, what song was on there by then?
Everlong?
No, it was the first one.
The first Rock Band?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't remember, but they had the Foo Fighters actually come and play it, and they all failed it. He's like, I wrote this song. He's like, I can't play it. Like the drummer, I think, failed like right away.
Yeah.
It was really funny.
That'd be super
'Cause
hard.
they were just like cracking up about it. They're like, we can't even get through half the song.
That'd be super hard.
Yeah, especially if you play it live.
Like, you just do it, you could do it in your sleep. It's like you're not going to be able to change.
Yeah.
Like, your muscles are just going to do it.
Plus the guitar's like this big. Like
Yeah.
those things were small.
Oh man, who told me that?
You just sit on that thought.
Yeah. Let it go, dude.
No, because it was like someone pretty funny.
You'll never get it.
That's a Mac to markup. Be like the most believable that he could just make up
No,
right
it was
now.
like someone who's doing like arena
be like-
concerts or something.
A Rihanna concert?
No, arena.
Oh,
Like it, like
it
a.
was Rihanna.
That really narrows it down.
She's playing the drums. Like I like playing the bass on it.
Work.
We should just whip that game out. We'll just film us playing it for the rest of the podcast.
That would actually be pretty funny to film. Film us playing. Do like a let's play Rock Band.
Yeah.
Like Rock Band plays Rock Band. A Rock Band plays Rock Band. I'm sure that's got to
actually-
be a video.
That's a pretty good idea.
That'd be funny though. We should bust that out and try to play some tunes.
I don't even know the last time I played that game.
I think I was still in high school the last time I played that game.
Yeah, I was probably here too. I remember playing
Still
that.
got it.
Yeah, it's sitting in the back.
Dude, I remember going over to Rob's playing it.
When he would charge his parents' account to buy every new song that came out. His house was the place to be. He had all the new songs.
That's how you.
And video proof of that now. Video and audio proof. Hope Peg doesn't tune in.
She's a regular listener. She's a big fan.
Peg's got like 50 of the listens. We spend the podcast talking about people that nobody knows but us.
Yeah, dude, so Troff. We should have Troff come in as a guest.
Yeah, that would be great.
That would be dangerous.
Or it wouldn't be fun at all.
That'd
It could go
Yeah.
either it wouldn't be fun at all.
Or it'd be the
or-
best thing I ever did.
Yeah. It'd be so good we couldn't make him without him from now on.
There's no middle ground. That's how he is with everything.
Yeah, it's either Jeremy's going to blow everyone away or
Or it's gonna be like
he's,
a biggest
he's
waste
just going
of
to
time.
not show up
Yeah.
or like...
Like, why did we even try it? Why did we think this was a good idea? And it's impossible to predict which one it's
Yeah,
going to
you
be.
can never predict. You can never. Even if you think like this won't work, then it'll work.
Yeah.
I was watching this. It was like how they have, I don't know if you guys ever even heard of it, but the Ultimate Fighter like show, where they have like.
Oh, I haven't watched that, but I'd like to. Wasn't Connor one of the? Or are you? What are you talking about? Are you talking about like the reality show where they?
Yeah.
Compete? Was
Yeah,
it-
where it's like two UFC
Yeah,
fighters. as
wasn't
coaches.
Connor one of the mentors one
I'm not
season?
sure. I haven't watched it in a while. Oh, one of the mentors.
Yeah, like don't they
Yeah.
have two dudes?
Yeah.
with
Oh,
two
I thought you meant
teams?
one of the contestants. I was like, I don't think so.
Dude, remember when Connor was on that fucking?
That season would have been something to watch.
Remember when Beyonce was on fucking American Idol?
But they had this like, they do like challenges where like the judges will do challenges, and the one that they had this like pool, and they had to swim back and forth in the lanes. I think it was like 16 times, like back. Then,
Like Olympic size?
yeah.
That's
it was
hard.
It was something like I think it was like the size of like running 16 football fields, like how much they had to swim, and whoever won got 10 grand, and all the people on their team each got 1,500. I was like,
Yo, dude.
and one of the coaches was like, "This is gonna be pretty hard considering I never swim." But like, dude, 10 grand, but swimming basically 16 football fields.
Wait, all they had to do was just finish it?
They had to win. It
Oh,
was two.
So they were competing.
Yeah, it was two
Okay.
coaches.
That would be so hard.
That if you
Yeah.
don't swim much, that's like really.
That'd be
hard.
so
I mean,
hard.
obviously they're in great shape.
No, it's
you know,
like
but swimming's like a whole
Such
nother
a specific.
like you
way
even
to
have
move
to
your
have
body.
the form down. Otherwise, you're just like wasting so much energy. You just tire yourself.
Thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true because you're just gonna be like flailing
Yeah.
around
Yeah.
swimming.
Swimming is. That'll wear you out.
I was never good at swimming. I can swim, but I can't just chill. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, like
Oh,
tread
just
water?
tread?
yeah, I
That was
cannot
what I was
tread.
saying.
I can just swim, but then when I need to stop, I drown. It's like, unless I can swim to
That's
the
a problem.
edge of something.
I mean,
Like, you drop me in the ocean, if I can't just swim to shore before I get tired, I guess I'll just sink to the bottom and just walk.
it's better than my mom.
I'll just walk the rest
Good
of the way.
strategy.
My mom can only backstroke.
Really?
Like, if she does anything else, she'll like drown.
I've never even, like, tried to backstroke. I haven't done much
You
swimming.
basically float on your back and kind of reach behind you.
Oh, well, if you mean just like that.
Well, you're doing like the backwards, like.
Oh, but I can just, like, chill and just, like, you know, kind of just,
Yeah.
you know, gradually. But I can't, I'm not just, like, you know, like, making waves.
Treading water that'll wear you out too.
I don't understand it.
It's
just do it.
it's hard to how to teach it.
Yeah, because I had someone explaining it to me, and I was like, dude.
It's almost like you're riding a bike,
Yeah.
like the way that you're. I don't know.
You're constantly
you're
like
kind of
pushing yourself up.
fanning your arms back and
So
forth.
you're just like trying to just stay up.
You just
But
kinda
people
need
make
to
it
know
look
how to
so
do it.
natural though.
Well,
I don't know.
Kinda,
You know what I mean? Like some people just like they're just like I'm like right now just chilling. They're just like, hey, what's up, man? They're just like floating around.
Yeah,
I
it's
just sink every.
it's
time I
weird when
try
you
and
learn
do
how
it.
to do it. It's like you feel like you're gonna die, and then all of a sudden you know how to do it, and now you can do it. Like that's how it was with me.
It's like riding a bike.
It was
kinda
weird.
thing.
I don't know. It's just like your body's like, all right, we need to figure this out, or you're gonna die, and you just
Well, that's
do
like
it.
the ultimate like throw the kid in the pool.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
it's just like, oh, whatever helps me survive.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, after
Me, I just sink to the bottom and die. If anybody did that to me, I just get in the fetal position and just quickly sink.
I guess this is it.
Yeah. Well, shit.
It's good to know.
Yeah. Right.
Hey Tim, you want to go out on my boat? Was everybody going on the boat? No, just me and you. Just hanging out, have a few drinks.
At least give me a few drinks first.
It's midnight though. It'll be a night like it's nice on the water at night. How do you want to kill Tim?
Let's all go around, and then we'll ask the audience.
Did you ever try to
comment below on
gonna-
how you'd kill
This is gonna
Tim?
get dark. You ever
vote
try
for
to
your favorite option.
You ever sit and try to think of like the perfect way to kill somebody and get away with it?
No.
Did you ever do that? Just like is not like
Shen's
the,
thing,
Only
not-
only because it's been brought up in books, but
not like somebody specific. or
yeah,
anything.
no. Yeah, I've been like, oh,
On the record.
because no, you always think there's always like, oh, you got to think of like everything, like motives. and
Just like it's like
that.
an exercise. Like I wonder if I'd be able to get away with it.
Yeah. You don't know, because then you're like, oh, it'd be so easy. Like that's your first thought. You're like, oh,
No,
I could just.
Definitely not my first thought. My first thought is like, this is hard. It's hard to kill somebody and get away with it.
Yeah.
No, back in the day though.
Back in the day.
As long as
Oh,
no
okay,
one
back
was
in- yeah.
Oh
there.
my god. Back in the
there's,
day,
like-
people were probably killing each other all the time. It was so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you had to do was not be there. As long as it was just you guys, and right after he died, you left.
Like they didn't have DNA. Like
yeah, think of the
like,
times before.
I could cut myself after murdering
Just
somebody
like let the
and just like bleed a pint of blood all over his living room, and the cops would show up and be like, "Well, it's not the victim's blood. It's definitely the murderer's blood. He made a mess." Damn, where did he go? I wonder who he is.
I think it was like John Mulaney who actually talked about that, and he was like, "Detective, there's a pool of the killer's blood." And he's just like, "Gross." I think that was John Mulaney's.
Yeah, because they didn't have nothing to do. What are they gonna do with it? That's not evidence. It's just like, oh,
Gross.
bunch of blood. They wouldn't even be like, that's his, and we
that's
can tie that
gold.
to the. Yeah, that's like, oh, case solved.
It's like, holy shit.
Where do you guys want to go for lunch
okay.
today?
Yeah, we'll just send this off. And we're
Well, you know what they do now? Now that everybody has a phone, and the stupid people that commit murder, because most people commit murder are idiots,
Yeah.
right? Like 9 times out of 10.
Well,
Yeah,
they
you're
have
pretty
like their
dumb.
GPS
You're like,
tracking on. And
So yeah,
I
they'll
just
ha-
have my phone in my
no,
pocket.
even if you just you don't have to have your GPS on.
Uh-huh.
Like they just go to your phone records because even when your GPS isn't on, your phone needs to know where you are in order to work.
Mhm.
So it like pings to the cell tower.
Yeah.
Periodically, they just need to get the records from the cell tower, and they know where you are. So when they interviewed you, like, your wife, your wife is dead, right? And be like, where were you? Blah blah blah. Well, I wasn't anywhere near that. I was at Joe's house. And then they pull the records the next day. I was like, nope, he was definitely exactly where we found the body. This
like-
guy is
And then-
probably
I just left my
guilty.
phone at home.
They have the Google Maps, like with the address typed in.
Yeah, step one, if you're gonna try to kill somebody, your phone shouldn't be anywhere near.
You should
wherever
leave
you
your
are.
phone wherever your alibi is going to
Leave
be.
it on like
Yeah.
a train or something.
Take notes, future murderers.
Because they do that. That's like on so many of those like true crime things. It'll cut to commercial and be like, we had this lead, and this turned out not to be good, and they question him, and then after the commercial break, it was like, and then they pulled his phone records and they showed.
Yeah,
that
they
was
always
him.
like make it
It's
like, what are they
Oh,
gonna do?
that's all they had to do. They make this fake drama where they're like, oh, this is such a tough case to crack, when they're just like lean back and they're like, pull up his phone records and we'll figure out if he's lying. Yep, he's lying. Okay, cool. Who wants coffee? It's so easy now.
Yeah, just murdering is no fun anymore.
Yeah. Now bank robbery.
I was just about to bring up bank
I
robbery
think,
too.
I think robbing a bank is like the hardest crime.
Right now, yeah.
But
I think
even
it's-
that back in the day.
I think even back in the day it was
Oh.
I think
It's
back
like
in the
people
day it was
knew
harder to
who
rob a
robbed
bank.
the bank.
And I
You
think
could like say it
I think
was
it's
you.
harder to rob a bank now than kill somebody now, and it was harder to rob a bank back then than kill somebody. I think it's like robbing a bank.
Oh, robbing a bank now is just like pointless.
Yeah, there's just
You
nobody does it anymore.
You're not gonna get away with that.
No, people who still rob places, they'll rob like little stores off the highway
Yeah,
or
like
something
little
like that.
convenience stores.
At least
Yeah.
back in the day, robbing a bank, it was really hard, and you're probably gonna get killed. But at least sometimes you got away with it.
Yeah.
You're not getting away with robbing a bank now.
No.
They
Or
just
Spritz.
sent the Guinness World Record for most people dressed as Waldo in Japan. It was 4,626 people.
Where's Waldo though?
So is there one person in this picture that's
That's
not
not
dressed as Waldo?
Waldo. Oh, that's even worse. Like,
Yeah,
Dude, where
find-
isn't Waldo?
Find not Waldo.
I looked up a random "Where's Waldo" and I was really sad because I found him like instantly in it, and I was like, I remember this shit being harder.
Remember-
Maybe I just got lucky.
Remember the silver bullet? And I was like, dude, you see that chick dressed as Waldo? And you couldn't find her. You're like, where?
The second I said
We're,
where,
like,
I
right
was
there.
like, damn it.
I was like, where's Waldo, Tim?
I knew the second I asked where, that was the dumbest question. I should have just said yes, like without even seeing her.
If you were aware of what you were doing, that would have been a perfect dad joke. Did you see that chick that was dressed as Waldo? Where? Haha, funny, Tim. But you legitimately could not see the chick in the white and red striped shirt standing right in front of you.
I remember when we took like the class photo in high school, and like 4 kids came as Waldo. I'm like, well, now it's not funny.
Yeah, now it's...
You guys
that's
should have really
embarrassing.
talked about this.
Yeah.
Like the first person who came in, I was like, hey, and then like 3 more, and I was like,
someone has to change. We can't.
3
do
of
that.
y'all have to change.
We can't do this.
It's so stupid. The class photo is like 4 kids dressed as Waldo. They should have put them all together, so like it wouldn't even be funny at all. Right in the middle.
They should have literally put them all together as a
Make-
punishment.
Then we have one
Do
Waldo.
like human centipede Waldo. Put him front and center. This is what you get for trying to be funny.
They're like on the floor in the auditorium, and we're all in the stands.
God.
I found a
That'd be a memorable photo.
I found a website that has like all of our yearbooks on it. And I was looking at it, and I was like, God, high school was such bullshit. like I remember when that shit mattered, and I'll never be able to convince any kid this in high school. I'm like, dude, all this shit doesn't fucking matter. It's like, I don't care if you're on the football team or you're like some nerdy ass kid that doesn't do anything. Like, regardless, none of this is gonna matter.
As soon as you graduate, it's just like just disappears. Dust in the wind.
Yeah, it's just gone. None of what you doesn't, unless you like get a sports scholarship or something.
Doesn't
even then,
matter.
it doesn't even matter.
Where's this high school? Bye.
I think I was in like 8th grade, and me and my mom were watching the news, and they're like, Sauk Village teacher
Oh my
arrested
God.
for taking pictures of children in the bathroom. And my mom goes, what if it was like your teacher that you had?
shit.
And it goes, Mr. Check. And I'm like, no.
And then she went from laughing to like completely horrified.
It's like, Mom, I swear nothing ever happened.
Oh my God.
No, he was like taking pictures of kids in the bathroom.
Dude, that is...
I'm like, bro, be discreet. Like, come on. It's a public school.
How does he think that he can do that and get away with it?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, maybe it was something that, like,
Wow.
like, because this, what was it, 3 years later? That's not that long to develop something like that. I don't know. I guess he got ballsy.
Dude.
That was fucked up, though.
Yo.
It's not what you want to see on the news.
Uh-uh.
Nope. Yeah, it was my 4th and 5th grade teacher. He seemed like such a good teacher.
He
though.
taught you 2 years in a row.
It was like well, he became a teacher there at the tail end of my 4th grade year. Ugh. And then because my class was so awful, they just gave us to him for 5th grade too. I had the same class 4th and 5th grade.
Man. A male elementary school teacher.
Yeah, I never thought about that. But
That is-
it's
that
the
is-
only one that I knew of,
Yeah.
except Jim, obviously.
If my kid had it was like in 3rd grade and it was like, our new teacher is Mr. No, I'd be like, wait, Mr. what? Mr. You know, that seems so suspicious. Like, oh, you want to be an elementary school teacher? Okay, guy. What's your deal?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
So
I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. It feels like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Our 5th grade
Mm.
was a male, and he just slept like all the time during
It was
class.
probably yeah.
Slept for the first 2 hours.
He just like read this, and then
He's
he,
like, I finally found the job I can do to sleep like in
Yeah.
school.
It's probably drunk.
I'll teach.
Man, that is weird.
I remember he was obsessed with Seinfeld and the little M&M characters. Look out for those signs, I guess.
Not just regular M&Ms. The little.
Well,
mini.
you know, the red and the the Spider-Man guy who's the yellow one.
Spider-Man guy.
J. Jonah Jameson, the guy who played him, he's a yellow M&M.
Wait.
We call that in showbiz a perfect segue to the next conversation.
Wait. Did you just say that's the same guy? The yellow M&M is
It's the guy who played J. Jonah Jameson in Spider-Man.
Like that voice.
Yeah. No, he literally is the yellow M&M. The yellow M&M is actually him.
they look identical, dude.
Wow, I can.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
From
He's always been the
the
yellow M&M.
cartoon or the movie? Where
No, the Sam Raimi movies.
The
what?
You didn't know that?
He's
He's
yellow M&M?
always been the yellow M&M since we were kids.
No, I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
But he's got like a dopey voice. It's not like it's the same voice.
Well, yeah, he uses like a more like monotone. Like he doesn't like get all. You only probably if
Why?
you see him in movies other than Spider-Man, he doesn't always like.
Wait, isn't he?
shout?
Isn't he that guy? He's the same guy that was in that Whiplash movie, right?
Yeah.
The drumming movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's on those State Farm commercials
I don't know about that.
or farmers.
I haven't seen those.
Whatever, those insurance commercials. He is the yellow M&M guy.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I gotta look it up.
I thought-
I'll probably hear it and I'll be
I
like,
can-
oh my god, how did I
I
not
can
know?
kind of
Yeah,
hear
I-
it now, but
I've known this
Yeah.
for years.
It's so weird.
I should probably tell more people.
I didn't know that. You just blew my mind, dude.
Well, anybody listening.
I bet you a lot of people don't know that. I bet you a lot of people wouldn't give a shit either.
Yeah, like I feel like
we're over here.
you're giving more of a shit than
We're
everybody
like,
else
"Oh, minds are
combined
blown,"
that I
and
will
people are
tell
like,
this
"What?"
to.
Yeah, probably.
Like, who? That's
Yeah.
all they'll say.
Yeah, they won't care. I
Who's
think
who's
that's
the
weird.
who's the red M&M then?
I don't
Is
fucking
it-
know.
Denzel Washington. But I always knew that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is there like a difference between the gold and the
I
other?
think they're like 10.
Oh, and then the gold one is like 16.
It's like 14 to 16, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
I bought 2 of them and drank them, and it's not good. It's like
No, none of them taste good at all.
it doesn't taste good, and by the time you're done drinking them, you just need to go to bed.
Well, I thought it's supposed to have the opposite effect. It's supposed to.
No, it's like that kind of cheap liquor
Yeah.
doesn't get me drunk. It just puts me to sleep, if that makes any sense. It's like gross, and I feel gross, and I just want to go to bed.
I feel like I just drink cough syrup. Yeah, I think it would be pretty fun to do it like a video, at least one video, where it's like someone's playing a game and I do some observations, kind of
Well, the way we would
observe
do it is like
the current state of gameplay.
we'd probably play for a couple hours and then just take like the best jokes.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
just edit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what they do on Clues Gamer, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't even watch.
I've only seen a couple.
I
of them.
don't play any games. I don't watch any videos about. I'm totally
It's like a
outside of that
segment on
universe.
Conan,
Yeah.
because Conan. Does
You know what it is, don't
You're
you?
closer to your mic.
No. Yeah, it's like Conan does the thing where, because he's like the same as you. He like doesn't play video games like at all, and so they have this like actual guy who plays like all these games, show him stuff, and he plays with like celebrities. Like they have they have like a
I like when the sports players come.
Yeah, the sports
because they
players.
all know the video games. Like he'll have like Elijah Wood and be like, I don't play video games, but then like some dude from a football team's like, I fucking love Mortal Kombat.
it'd be like Marshawn Lynch or something.
Any
versus,
sports
like Tom
player,
Brady or something.
yeah, they always know the video games and like love them. I'm like, I don't know if that's like a thing or it's just maybe sports players are just like they don't care.
You know what game I would want to do that with?
What's that?
That fucking Cuphead game looks so
that
cool.
one? Yeah.
Oh, I have that game.
You
Have
have
you
that?
tried it?
Yeah.
Have you tried it?
Dude,
Dude, it's awesome. It's
Yeah.
2-player too.
that game is.
It's
Dude.
like that old Popeye art style.
I don't give a shit about video games, but when I saw, I don't know how I stumbled on that thing.
It's like a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it seems like it is, but dude, that game is fucking beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
That game's like a work of art.
It's all hand drawn.
It's amazing. I read up on it. Yeah, the dude, they drew it and
Yeah.
they hand drew the shit. They got like an original soundtrack for it. It's all like
It's cool. You can play it in
authentic.
black and white or color
That's
too.
amazing. That game looks incredible.
It's super fun. Me and my brother played through a lot of it.
I definitely want to. I want to just watch someone play that game. I just want to sit there and watch it.
Yeah, I have it on my Xbox.
It's like a moving work of art. Looks
I know,
amazing.
The second I saw it, they showed like a trailer for it. I was like, I'm buying this.
I
It's only
couldn't-
like $15.
I couldn't
too.
believe it was real. I was like,
I know,
"What?
right?
This is
It
a
looks like
game?"
just a drawing. It looks like an animation.
I immediately
you know?
text Troff. I was like, Troff, you have to buy this Cuphead game so I can watch you play it. Because you know Troff would murder that game.
Oh, I'll
That
bring my
is-
Xbox over to Jeremy's and we can play
Oh
it.
man, he's like, I know, I almost want to buy an Xbox just to have that game.
He doesn't have an Xbox anymore?
No, he got rid of it.
Oh my god, he's still on my fucking friends list. I wonder why he doesn't get on.
He's a PlayStation guy.
He sold his PlayStation for that Xbox.
I know.
Commit, mother. Just buy both. You're not a kid whose parents
Dude,
buying your
that is a perfect.
Xbox.
That is the perfect game for Troff.
Yeah.
That type of like side.
Oh yeah, that one's only on Xbox. I forgot.
He would get so good at that game. I heard it's really hard.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, even like just it's like it's mostly boss fights, but there's like a couple. They call them like run and guns. They're like levels,
Yeah.
and the levels are so hard.
Yeah.
It's like playing like something like Mega Man, except the enemies are like falling from the sky and left and right the
So
whole
you
time.
have to basically
Amazing
just
looking.
memorize everything to beat it.
No, because we beat one of the levels with only playing it like 2 or 3 times, but
So it's not.
you won't beat it the first time.
Yeah.
There's no way, because you can only get hit 3 times too. And playing with 2 people is actually kind of harder
Is it?
because it's harder because you're almost the same. You're just red and blue,
Yeah.
and then with all the stuff going around, it's really easy to lose
Lose track of
place.
yourself.
Yeah, I found it a little easier by myself. But yeah, that game's awesome. I loved the Clueless Gamer when Conan played Super Smash Brothers. Because like it was like the new one. I think we played that here with Jeremy before. And he was asking the guy who was with him, the like big nerd, he was like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's a Pokemon from Pokemon." He's like, "Who's that?" Oh, he's like, "Oh, he's from Mario." He goes, "Who was our 16th president?" And he was like, He's like, "I bet you could list every one of these characters."
Yeah.
I think he said like, I forget. He said like Thomas Jefferson or something.
Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, it's like what?
Good guess.
He said something like ridiculous.
That's so funny.
It was hilarious.
You know
Just
what?
'cause-
I never got that. I mean, I guess because it's big in Japan too. But all the Fire Emblem characters they have on that. I don't know
Yeah.
who the fuck that
Well, the
is.
problem is those games are like Japan exclusive too when they first.
Oh, you can't even get them.
They aren't now, but like the GameCube one, I don't even know who the hell those people were. I remember somebody reviewed him like, "Who the fuck is Marth, and why isn't it an achievement that I got him?"
Yeah,
It's
I remember. I think it might have been Marth. I remember I was
like
playing.
the blue-haired guy, right?
Yeah, I remember I was playing at Sean Harrison's brother. It's a challenger approaching.
Oh, he like just
and
unlocked.
and it
him.
showed him, and we all just like froze. He was like, "Who the fuck was this?" But his brother goes, "It's Batman."
Oh, because like the cape.
Yeah. He's like, we were like,
That'd be
"Oh,
some shit.
it's Batman." I fucking lost it.
That'd be awesome.
Batman.
Just mind fuck you.
Oh my god. Who else? I mean, they can't really surprise us with anybody anymore now, though, right? Because they got Mega Man, they got Sonic, like
Yeah, once
what are big name.
they put in
characters.
Mega Man, Sonic, and Pac-Man. That was like those were
You got them all now. You know
those
what
were
I
the
mean?
3. None of those are like Nintendo, especially Sonic. It was like
Yeah,
it was their biggest competitor.
it was a rival.
Oh, how the
Guess we
mighty
know.
have
Guess we
fallen.
know who won that war now.
Oh yeah, Sega doesn't even make consoles anymore. They make games exclusively for Nintendo now.
Yeah.
Which, when you think about it, is ridiculous. It's like if Google like only developed for Apple or something. Like Apple just took them over and they made apps specifically for Apple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they're pretty much out now. They have to like make up new ones,
There's no other.
and we'll never care about them because it's not Mario.
Yeah, they got all the big names.
But the Frankie Muniz one was the best one because he was like cussing the dude out. He was like 13. Probably just wanted to look cool in front of Ashton.
Oh, he was 13 at the time of the.
He looked
Ashton
like he
was
was
there.
like, it was like middle of the Malcolm in the Middle show. Like,
Oh, okay.
No,
I thought he was like already like 20 or 30.
or no, he wouldn't have been 13 because he had a car, but he was definitely young.
Pretty.
He was way too young to have that car. I'll tell you that much.
pranking a little 13-year-old.
No, he had to be like 16 or 17.
Yeah.
He looked really young though. He always kind of looked young.
But then he got really old. And then Malcolm in the Middle got weird.
He was young, and then he got old. No, I didn't know though that his older brother is actually younger than him in real life. Reese.
Oh, Reese.
Yeah, he's actually like a year or two younger than Malcolm.
And his younger brother is older.
And Dewey was like 40.
That would be sick. He's older than Bryan Cranston.
It was what's that guy's name?
It's
I
like
can't
giving
remember
him
now.
tips on set.
Not Steve Malcolm is.
What?
Right, is that it?
What are you talking about?
The guy who looked like a kid.
Oh, Andy.
Andy Milonakis. It's
Andy
Steve
Milonakis.
Malcolm.
Like, dude, talking about pavement? What's going on?
Yeah, dude. You know he was in Malcolm in the Middle.
Dude, the dude in pavement
was
was in Malcolm
Dewey.
in the Middle. And he was like, he looked like he was 14, but he was actually like 45.
It was like they got someone like I forgot his name again.
Andy
Andy. I keep thinking. Okay, Andy Milonakis. If they actually like did like a show and got him to play like the youngest brother in it, that would be
DB
really
Cooper
fun.
doesn't like that.
I guess you're just what I need.